Hello everyone, this time I'm back with the Argenport budget list. I'm not quite sold on it yet, but I already made some improvements while playtesting. This hand looks interesting. We got Dark Wisp into Ravenous Thornbeast and Slay. I think we're gonna keep that around. I was trying to go with some heavier weapon approaches and other things, but this time it feels like it could be better. Just because we have more card draw, we were running dry super early on, playing our minions that couldn't push through because we don't have many good units in Argenport early on. So instead of going for the revenge theme I actually wanted to go for, I decided to go for some good things they actually do. So using Rapid Shot, Devour, Dark Wisps, Dark Returns, Slays, and get a bit further away from the whole revenge theme. Did I just do a doofy there with the Argenport banner? I'm not sure. Ooh, this looks like a deck with memes. Let's attack here. Pretty sure they want to block this. Now let's play the Oryx Sentry for free here. We could Dark Return something in the future. We don't have to just yet. Not quite sure what to expect yet when seeing the Stone Shaker. Could be interesting. Ooh. Well, it looks like we'll see some Stone Scar aggro maybe with Skycrack colors as well. So triple faction with dragons. Or maybe we just see the Firemaw. Could also be the case. Let's devour here. Let's play this. Let's play the Crownwatch Paladin and let's recall our Thornbeast. So we get rid of the Permafrost. It's already good that we have more options than the first iteration of the deck. It just fell too streamlined. Soulfire Drake. Alright. That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. We can attack this way. They want to let us through right now, which is on K. I think Valkyrie Denouncer for blocking should be okay here. We're still okay with health. We can most likely trade the 5-2 into it, which we don't mind too much. I know there's gonna be a lot of charging fancy stuff flying around soon, but still we can keep the Slay for a bigger unit coming up. Pouncing Drake, right. Let's keep attacking here. We got Rapid Shot ready for action. They want to go for it this way. Let's do it. I'm okay with that. Let's play the Thornbeast. We don't want to devour anything. 6/6 should be good enough for now. We got Slay for the next big guy coming up. Pouncing Drake number 2 and another Stone Shaker with charge. That's cute. Oh, that's not too bad. Let's attack. I think I want to go hard right now. We're not here to make friends, we're here to win. Let's push this, otherwise they get some good trades if they would like to. I would rather get some good blocks right now for them, while keeping the initiative up for me. It could look like we have something in our hand. And the 7/7 Denouncer should do some work, hopefully. Life Drinker, we are not interested in playing that right now. Let's attack first. Actually, are we? We get 4 health for free. Nah, we don't have flying right now. So getting the flyer set up first should be better. So that we can actually defend the weapon in case we would like to go for it. Permafrost, yeah. I mean, it stops 7 damage right now. It's not too bad. Pearlescent Drake is getting wrecked by the weapon, which is nice. Let's go for it. Bonk. Let's attack in. Oh. That was some sick lag there. Nice. Do we duck return anything? I don't think we do. Nah. We could potentially get a Fawn Beast back yet again. Nice. That was decent. Like, wasn't the most competitive deck on the enemy side. But this is a budget deck with no rares and only common and uncommon cards. So obviously we're not gonna tackle a deck with masters just because we're so much more skilled than those players, right? This is a deck for beginners that like the theme. So testing it in actual decent grounds, since I don't have access to gold or silver or bronze elo right now, should be decent and should give us a good idea if the deck is actually working or not. This looks okay, but I think I want more things to do. Didn't quite get more things to do, but we get power and we get the rooftop vigilante and the rapid shot as well. I wonder why I'm having actual stutters right now. Usually don't have stutters like this. Looks like we're against a Praxis deck this far around. Doesn't have to say much yet, but I think we have some good tools in case it is. Oh no. Fire Time Primal. Could be a moment of creation. Looks like they're working heavily towards fixing their Heart of the Vault. Maybe Calderon Cradle. I could see here. Strategize. Kind of looks to me like the deck I was playing for fun with the Calderon Cradle and all the good stuff from Praxis. I guess we'll just find out in a moment. Just trying to get an idea what's going on, what's happening right now, so that I can potentially decide on changing my strategy. So it's not always a bad idea to just keep track of what's actually happening in the game. Which is not a lot yet, but I could see Hailstorm in a deck like this. Trying to get to Heart of the Vault. Yeah, this is definitely not a budget list. Anyway. Dark Wisp sounds good right now, sure. Let's get some Warcries out there. Some more damage. It's kind of funny that the Dark Wisp can trade with a Heart of the Vault, potentially with Rapid Shot. Huh? There it is, the Hailstorm. Boom. I'm pretty sure this is a Calderon Cradle deck, the way it's built. Feels the way it is. Chalice. Wow, okay. Start turn. Let's get the rooftop guy out there again. And get the second one. Oh, nearly misclicked. Getting some air dominance right now seems like a good idea to me. So we should definitely try and get that going. They don't have a harsh rule this far. They haven't shown any Justice colors yet. So their removal will also hurt them at this point. Talking about Hailstorm or things like that. Even though they start to roll now, which could be meh for me. Could torch. Do I care? I think I want to pluck and take something out if they have something here. They don't. Good. Let's keep the airline flying and see what our opponent is up to. 3-5. Flying. Okay. That was a lot, and not a lot happened in return, actually. But it's okay. This looks like an interesting brew. Wonder why. Oh, they couldn't block, obviously. Yeah. So much about seeing what's happening. Interesting card. Borderlands Waykeeper. 2-mana ultimate. Not too shabby. So we definitely want to keep up the airway for as long as we can, and we should probably consider getting some other trades in as well, or maybe some dark returns. We need some actual damage soon before they draw their outs. I'm not quite sure what their outs would be at this point yet. Haven't seen much. But they will start racking up the damage rather easily now. We got 2 rapid shots though. I think if I'm gonna attack, they will try to double block the 2/6 here. Ooh, another one. Wow. Interesting. Let's see what happens here. This is gonna be the deciding. Definitely going here. I think we also go here to get some damage off the board right now. It's not good enough right now. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Knucklebones online. This is the kind of fun I'm looking for in casual games. Okay. Nice. 4/4. Not too shabby. Another one. Is that good enough right now? Let's actually get those guys out there. Nah, it's not attack here, actually. It's just attack with 2. Got some decent presence now. What did you draw, son? Show me. Actual deck, okay. Let's get going. Alright. I didn't. We attack here, 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 and here for good measure. Another trap, right? Sounds good. Let's get the Vigilante back. think keeping it like this should be good enough right now. I could have also just... Nah. Interesting game though. If they come back, it's gonna be close, I'm sure. Excuse me. Seems to take them a long time to figure out what's actually happening right now. Bit boring. But it could be just a lot of different things happening right now. It's freezing again. So whatever we do, we have to attack with both flyers and get their clock down to one more turn. And then decide if we wanna get something going here. Keep those two ready. Oh my god. Disgusting. That was pretty greedy, but I think first of all we sacrifice here, play this guy down, attack like this. So as you can see, knuckle bones does them draw a lot of things. Oh, that's and I didn't expect actually. Let's grant them a swift death. Maybe they got something in the back. I don't know what it would be, but that was a good game. So I think I really like this approach better than the other one with the weapons and auric bullies and stuff like that. Didn't feel great, didn't feel good. But that was definitely a better approach to the whole Argenport thing. I'm not sure if there's an actual industry standard yet, but I think I actually prefer 2 games instead of 3, and then some elongated talk about what we chose for the deck. So I'm gonna just do that, even though if others go for free, I don't mind. But I think it's better because I don't think people want to see 3 games in a row and then talking about the deck or some discussion. And yeah, so Crownwatch Paladin, standard beginning card for Justice decks. Dark Wisp for draw, and shenanigans with a Ravenous Thornbeast that we can sacrifice and get some stuff going. We could potentially put in the Auric Porter, I think, for the Stalwart Swing. It's this guy also in Tomb effect, so you can get more synergy with the Thornbeast. But I think I like some Destiny and some Revenge action in this deck, just because it's an interesting mechanic, and if you're a new player, you should go with interesting mechanics to keep the game flavorful and as interesting as you can possibly keep it, just to, yeah, not lose interest super early on. Auric Sentry is a very interesting unit. I think it could potentially see play in actual high-end decks at the moment, just because of endurance. This card could make or break the Skycrack matchup for Rakano or other decks. I think there's some talk to be had about Auric Sentry. So yeah, definitely a nice pickup in a budget deck early on. Rooftop Vigilante, as you've seen, it's not an amazing card, but it is evasive with a flying tag and also grants you Warcries. So the units wielding weapons are deadly is a nice component, but I don't think we have to aim for it to make it worth playing her. Fun fact, we haven't seen a single Stone Powder Alchemist in all of our games. It feels like whenever I'm playing against Argenport, they have like all 4 of them super early on, and they also always get them back extremely early on with their Destiny draw. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Definitely a swingy card, especially when it comes back quickly. Valkyrie Denouncer. Nothing too special, not too bad. Just some revenge units, and there are some flyers that are evasive. Life Drinker, we've seen. I'm not quite sold yet, but it could do some work. I mean, you can probably decide that for yourself and see if you like it or not. Dark Return, as you've seen, does work. Brings back some big defender like Auric Sentry, or gets us back a Ravenous Swan Beast. Also, we can Devour and then Dark Return something in case it gets permafrosted, like we did in the last game, which was working. Rapid Shot just to push through also makes us able to get through big units like Worldbearer, Sandstorm Titan, all the good stuff that you know and love and hate, depending on which side you're on. And then Slay just to have something to work against the big units again, or something that got buffed. So yeah, it's a pretty straightforward deck. There's not much to learn here. I don't think there are any good replacements right now in case of commons. You could definitely upgrade this list quite a bit by going deeper into the Magdo's Revenge Never Ends theme. But I have to actually think about how to upgrade this deck. Let's quickly check for rares and legendaries in Argenport. So yeah, Magdo definitely a nice card for this deck. You could use it one in the market and probably use Corendon Merchant if you would really want to and have some outs with a Sindal's Gift against super controlling decks. But you would also need something to pop Aegis's because the decks where it actually matters to get a Sindal's Gift out there, yeah, is the decks that can actually fight with face Aegis against the whole idea. Tavrod, obviously, if you go hard on the Argenport theme and you got the campaign, definitely go and get Tavrod. Put some more weapons in there like Bloodletter. The rest is not that great. You could do some Paladin shenanigans. Argenport has some Paladins, but I don't think it's necessarily worth it. I've seen Gauntlet decks that try to get some Paladin synergy going with life stealing. But yeah, not necessarily the best idea or the worst. A Sindal's Gift, as mentioned in the market, could do something, but it's very heavily going against super controlling decks, and that's most likely not what you will see when you start out playing this game, just because the budget doesn't allow it to play the biggest threats and biggest controlling units yet. Umbran Reaper could do work here, also has some reach with the 5 damage to the enemy player while also healing you. Definitely something to consider here. Ashara, Steward, basically everything that allows you to get your theme going could be decent. Impending Doom, definitely. In Cold Blood, sorry, misclick there. In Cold Blood in the market could definitely see value, especially against Justice decks that seem to be rampant at the moment. Falchion does work. Other than that, yeah, obviously the Merchant here. You would need to tech the deck in a way that you feel like you would need help against specific problems you encounter on ladder. So right now, I'm not quite sure what that would be, since I haven't really tested it too much. Sheriff Mali always a consideration for Justice decks just because of the jump blockers she generates. Hammer of Might, Press Gang could work if you get some one drops in there. Maybe the Tactic. Other than that, I don't really see. Maybe Unseen Commando, Valkyrie Enforcer, or a Grunehammer. But that would probably be better off in a straight up Tavrod deck. So right now, before you go ahead, maybe try to find units that are doing the same thing but better on the mana curve. Like Stalwart, Silverwing, you can probably put out for Unseen Commander or Valkyrie Enforcer. Both of them are fine. Life Drinker can definitely go. You can get in some Rune Hammers. Rooftop Vigilante can probably go. The moment you move from a budget, you can put in something bigger and heavier. The Stonepotter Alchemist, as mentioned, is usually a stay in every single Argenport deck just because of the healing it provides and yeah, you can Dark Return it back, get another proc off the 2 damage and heal. So yeah, it's definitely a decent card. I will probably get to write an actual guide on Eternal Warcry and offer some more upgrades, but right now I think Argenport is in a weird way right now, and I don't think it's super beginner friendly just because you need a lot of campaigns. Can we actually check for campaigns only? We can. Taylor Forest Java, Dead Reckoning, and Jack's Bounty. Let's show. There are quite some staple cards from those stacks. Auric Interrogator, Copperhole Paladin to an extent, Tavrot, this Anointer, in case you want to try your fun with that. So yeah, definitely depends on how you want to approach the whole thing. I think this right now is a decent starting point, which can then be upgraded over time. But as mentioned, you will need campaigns to get the actual end result people are using and playing on ladder. And even though people say Tavrot is not necessarily perfect anymore or the best card or the best deck at the moment, it definitely has a way to swing games back, especially if you draw a really big unit or a big weapon, giving them +5. Like if you draw a 9 attack Rune Hammer, that's a big Rune Hammer. That's gonna put in some work. So yeah, I will get to write the written guide on Eternal Warcry, offer some budget options or some upgrade options for you, and most likely post the actual deck people are running to give you an idea of where you would end up with this. But for now, this is a good funny deck that offers some interesting twists, and I would treat it as such until you move forward, basically. So yeah, thank you for your patience, and let's get going to the next topic soonish.